Right, exactly.
Hold on.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the week where I say like what would be useful here. Like I don't know why I need to track that though. It basically just monitors when those things come down for the exact timing.
Are you talking about the Iliad fight tonight, Josh?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
When the glaives come down?
Yep.
It's called... Yeah, Flaves of Azon.
I don't know why you need to see when it comes down. I don't know. I was trying to see like this kind of pretty popular report when you see
Yeah, you'll notice when
It's
the
right
glaive...
when Illidan goes in the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would you need to track that though? I guess is what I'm trying to figure out.
You don't have to track that. That's phase 2.
Right.
If you want to track something, then track Flame Blast. That's when the elemental does his fire breathing thing, and that hurts a little bit, but that's it.
Okay. That's fair.
Alright. Got food. Blah, blah, blah. Let me get arrows.
25-man Thunder Fury only Onyxia?
How do you get her down from the air first?
Ken, you're not a cow, you're doing bad feathering. How is that? I was pulling rage, man. You guys didn't pull rage?
They don't have a healer? How did they do this?
Yeah. Sure. So.
Oh my god, execute spam. That was ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I wish I would have got that memo. I would have went and did that.
Make sure.
Big.
What was that?
Yeah, I was watching him do that, yeah.
It's funny, last night I was hearing some pounding, like someone's house is coming down, and someone figured it out, said, "Oh, she has the red slippers too." That was fucking hilarious. It was Tat's kid, I guess, walking around with like clogs or something.
No, I think my daughter has the same slippers.
Ah, that's hilarious, dude. They're that loud. They're like wooden clogs or something.
They're plastic.
Oh, yeah. That was so funny, dude. Oh, hey, did you have the, was it you celebrating wife having masters?
I mean, a lie, I think.
Yeah,
why?
yeah, soon. April, early April. She's wrapping.
Awesome.
Yeah, super awesome.
Big relief to get that behind her, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean, she's so with counseling, she's already spent 35 weeks at this point doing counseling. So she's already been working in the industry, like doing legitimate
Wow.
counseling. So for her, it's mostly just checkbox at this point. She's already got
Yeah,
a full slate of clients. She's already doing, one-on-one with no oversight and anything like that. So it's really
Awesome.
just getting that checkbox. But that checkbox does mean she goes from getting like unsupervised intern pay to like fucking counselor pay, and
Ooh, that helps. Daddy's
oh my
happy.
God, it's ridiculous. Yeah, that it's legitimately so ridiculously better. So we're very excited about that too.
3, 2,
Daddy gets a new pair of shoes. That's funny. Oh, I get to follow Relum. I was getting lost. I was in the milk room all.
Oh, shocker. I wish I had a video of you in AQ.
Running in circles.
Yeah.
Well, everything looked like a butthole or a vagina. I mean, all the tunnels were the same.
That's my life.
Alright, raid starts in 10 minutes.
What? We're starting early tonight?
No. Where do we turn in the tokens? I still got my shoulders. I'm not going to wear them for a tiny bit. I need 2 other pieces. Is that all in Hydro?
What happened?
I've got my shoulder token to turn in. I'm not going to wear it until I can get a set bonus. But is that Hydro, or can you turn them in at Black Temple?
They're all Hygel.
That's what I thought. Given that,
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
well, we'll be there later tonight. No big deal.
Yes, we will.
Download in 90 minutes. Knock out Hydro. I'll get my 4-piece.
You'll lose your bat wings when you trade that out, won't you?
No, the helmet's T5 or T6,
Oh.
and the helmet is the wings.
Oh,
What I've actually got is my
shoulders.
Yeah, he gets
No.
bat wings and ravens.
Yeah, I'll have the ravens with the shoulders.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, with
Plus
the,
Atiesh, you'll have double ravens.
Yeah, it's the problem is that the 2-piece set bonus for tier 5 is a random proc for 130 spell power. It's really too much to give up until you can get the tier 4.
Right.
Because 4-piece tier 6 is 6% damage on Shadow Bolt, which is for me the rough equivalent of like almost 100 spell power, 90 spell power or something. But that's constant instead of a proc. So it's worth it to make that change when the time comes. But I need basically 4-piece before I break.
Hey, you haven't been following if that other version of EQ is still coming out, have you?
No.
So
I'm
it's
looking
like
at Elden
guy died?
Oh, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah,
I've been looking at Elden Ring.
Developer is Brad or whatever his name was. He died.
Oh, that sucks.
The guy that made EQ1.
Yeah, well, I mean, EQ1 is 25 years old now, which is fucking wild, right?
Yeah.
Like, think of the first 3D game. Well, not even the first, but first one that I was really aware of is 25 years old. EQ's been releasing time lock progression servers. I'm like,
Oh, no way, really? What the hell?
I'm like,
Oh my God.
I want to go back and play a Necromancer.
I
It's so
know.
fucking
Never
bad.
tried to break into those. That was awesome.
I've got a buddy who's in on one, and he's a monk. Well, he's got lots of tunes, but his monk is his main, and he's fully planered. You know.
Remember all the time flags you needed?
Yeah.
You had
Did
to
I
be in
tell
a
you
good
I got a
grade.
bard who actually has his epic? I got it.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, the bard epic was fucking insane. Kill every dragon in the game. Kill 3 gods.
Yeah, man.
Fucking absurd. It makes getting loot and WoW seem like they just fucking give it to you.
I remember the first legendary bow was True Shot or
Yeah,
Aim Shot
yeah,
for my hunter or whatever. Ranger. Ranger down.
yeah.
That was a long quest line. Yeah, you're right. Everything in WoW is like you feel like it's handed to you in comparison to the quest lines we had to do in EQ.
Yeah, even the easy epics, like the monk epic was easy by comparison. The bard epic, I think, is probably the worst because it's literally not only do you have to kill every dragon in the game, but you have to kill every dragon in the game and get a drop. So you're killing 5 dragons across all the continents and worlds. One of them's at the bottom of Cebalus, which is a fucking nightmare to get to anyway. On
Oh
top of
yeah,
that,
yeah,
you
yeah,
kill a
yeah,
dragon.
yeah.
Some of the other ones are easy, like Fire Dragon out in the world, Ice Dragon out in the world. You can also do Vox and you can do non. But like killing fucking 5 dragons, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you need 3 goddamn god kills. You gotta go Fear, Hate, and Sky. It's like,
Yeah.
and then hope that they drop it. Like Jesus Christ.
What was it? Was it Fear that was the break on entrance? It was the wizard teleport, and you would go.
Nah.
Which one is the one we had to break
Hate.
the entrance?
That's Hate. That's
Oh, that was fun, man! You had to
Yeah.
figure out what group went in first, and while they're fighting,
Well,
you got to
Fear-
get the second group in really quick. And
Fear was like that too. Fear was the thing in Fearat by the ogre city, and
yeah,
you'd go into the portal, and immediately through the portal, you fight the skeleton dragon. You fight Draco Lich.
what was the one though where it required a wizard or whatever to TP you up, teleport you up?
That's Sky and Hate both did that.
Oh yeah, yeah. But Hate was the one you had to break, right? On
Yeah,
entrance.
you teleported into that little room.
Yeah,
in, like,
yeah,
that ruined
yeah,
city.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I fucking love that. There was nothing more epic than the first time you fucking did that.
I
I
know
just
that
remember
was awesome.
so many things where it was just.
I mean, look at we still remember that. How many years later?
right.
That's how epic it was, right? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember the timing on and just the pure adrenaline of like, okay, guys, here we go. Half of you are gonna fucking die.
And it felt like like war or something, you know, where
Right.
you're in the trenches and you hear everybody fighting, and you know you're about ready to be TP'd up into the battle. You know,
Right.
it's great. It was great.
Yeah, so frantic. Like you'd time it, they'd have a countdown,
yeah.
and you go and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh God, I hope I don't load faster than other people because I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
I
fucking
know
dead."
exactly. You'll be alone. Yeah, that is hilarious. Yeah, load times mattered.
Yeah. If you were you'd want to be a tank with a solid, which they didn't have solid state back then. But that's the fun thing about playing it now. Load times are nearly instantaneous.
Oh, right. And was it Planet Air where it was a weekend raid practically with a group of 60, and you had to go from island to island to
That's
island?
Sky, but
Oh,
yeah.
Sky. Yeah, and then you would cheese it by having a monk drag all the dead bodies at certain points.
Right, because they could go invis and they could
Yeah,
see.
monk dragging 60 bodies or 59 bodies or whatever it was. The raid group was hilarious.
When did that game come out?
EverQuest?
93, I think.
I wasn't born yet. Now, how do you feel?
It was in
Yeah,
the 90s. I forget. It was
It's
in the
wild.
90s.
EverQuest was 99.
99?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I was born in 94.
Yeah, P99. That's why it's called Project 99, is because the 99 is when it was released.
You were in Huggies when I was raiding.
Now
Shit,
you're in Huggies when I'm raiding.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's a good one.
Rude.
That was good.
So, no, that's true, man. That's Ray. That was so fucking good, man. That was classic. That needs to go down in a quote. Put that in a fucking quote, man. Don't forget that.
I'll quote that.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Oh my god. So I was hoping the developer of it, you know, it was supposed to come out this year, I think Q4, and he died. I think he died from COVID in Q3 last year, and so then they started having money issues, is what I saw, which is sad.
Yeah. I think they're really overly ambitious with a lot of that stuff, because that's the same thing with Camelot Unchained. I don't know if you played Dark Age of Camelot, but
I did.
the
That was
guys
fun.
from Dark Age of Camelot were like, okay, Trials of Atlantis ruined this game, so they actually made, and I actually played on it just a couple years ago for a long time. I mean, I had 13 minstrels and 13 like good minstrel's my favorite class. Bone
Yeah.
dancers,
Five,
but anyway,
Yeah.
they re-released it where it was only the first expansion. I forget what that was. Darkness Falls and all that, right? So it was just the classic
right.
plus the first expansion, and they were like, "We're never advancing it beyond that." And it was so much fun to play.
I loved that game, actually. It was sad to see it kind of go.
It's still going strong right now, man. You
Is
can
it?
still get on. There's like 15
Wow.
servers. You can find PvP at any time. Mass PvP, like it's nuts. But anyway, so the guys that made that were like, okay, we're gonna update the game, update the graphics, and change some stuff. And they're gonna make a game called Camelot Unchained, and it's been in like the air quote beta for 4 years now. And it's like, I just wish it would finish. But honestly, that game drops, I'm gonna be like, I don't know if I'm gonna be playing WoW anymore. I'll probably play them simultaneously just to make sure it's not a fucking flop. But if it ever does come out, it's gonna be so good.
run,
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in EverQuest 2. It just felt kind of Care Bear. I played it, but it felt like it felt like at that point was WoW out already when EverQuest 2 came out?
No.
Oh.
WoW came out in November of 2004.
Yeah, well, when did EQ2 come out?
2003, didn't it? Or 2002, something like that.
I don't know about that. I guess I never paid attention to EverQuest 2. I played it for a little bit, and I've got like a Max Beast Master and Enchanter and stuff on there, but I didn't play it until way late.
Oh, I love the Enchanter class. I missed that. That was a fun class. You know, having a class that was so heavy on crowd control was awesome.
November 8th, 2004, EverQuest 2 released.
Damn, Group 4 is
Really?
here.
What's it 2004? Oh, wow. Well, then now we're right around the same time, yeah.
World of Warcraft released November 23rd.
Yep. I just remember that, like, yeah, I think everyone, I don't remember anyone I knew playing EverQuest back then. I mean, I was playing Guild Wars at the time. You know.
Yeah, Guild Wars was. Yeah, isn't it wild though to think about those games? It's so sad that everyone's like rebooting stuff because they're like, that was the fucking game.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. I just want another Warhammer MMO to come out since, Age of Reckoning was fun.
Yeah, it's funny because like you talk about how much a raid wipe sucks now, and it's like you don't even fucking understand.
Oh,
Run
levels.
naked past
Yeah,
trash.
remember. Yeah, lose levels or be so deep in the raid where all your gear, if you don't get it summoned, you lose it.
Right?
Yeah. That's a real wipe, man.
Yeah, any death was a fucking nightmare, and you'd pay for necromancers to summon them. And
Yeah, what was it? The platinum coffin or something you had to get to do almost
yeah,
zone
like
wide.
Onyx or something like that.
Yeah. It was like all your money to buy one.
It was expensive. It was like $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot of
and
money.
on top of that, you couldn't fucking carry them because they were huge, so they couldn't fit into bags.
Yeah.
Breaking the plane of that.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, re-breaking plane of hate. That was.
I think I still have a couple screenshots. I used to main tank on I had a halfling warrior, and I have a screenshot of me resisting and Rook death touching me, which is fucking sick. I love that.
I haven't felt the stress though in any game like I felt the anxiety and stress in EQ1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of miss that, right? Because an accomplishment was an accomplishment then. What was that zone where you tried to get through it as a low level before it turned dark and all the night creatures came out?
Oh, yeah, it was that forest right outside the house.
Yeah, and so the timing mattered too when you traveled.
Right, yeah, I was like, oh, there's a level 7 wolf. Oh, night dispel. There's a level 53 skeleton commander.
great. I mean, they had some great ideas. They did a good job, man, for the first kind of massive multiplayer game online. They did a really good job.
Yeah, it was really good up until I enjoyed it all the way through. Really, the Planes of Power. So I mean, and that was
Yeah,
like what
same.
12 expansions.
Yeah, same.
Um,
It was very engaging. I actually started in Kunark is when I started. The
Oh,
Kunark
Kuna. Wow,
expansion.
that's the first expansion. So not that bad.
Yeah.
Because it went Kunark, Velius, and then it went Luck.
When I would train the s- uh, Stippy, what was that? That
The Knoll, Flippy
yeah,
Darkpaw.
Slippy. What
No,
was his name?
Flippy. Flippy. Flippy.
Yeah, Flippy, and yeah, I remember all the trains in that starter cavern.
Yep.
They were gnolls, right? Is that what they were?
Yeah, Blackborough.
Yeah,
Holy shit! I can't believe how well I remember all this shit.
yeah. Well, me too.
No,
I mean,
I'm just listening a little like a nerdism kind of, you know. That's you know, all these old things.
but the Blackborough train griefing, that's when griefing really started, man, in the world of trolls and whatnot. It probably goes back to Blackborough.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny because you think about that, like train stomping was like the best experience because everybody'd be fighting for who gets credit for the kill. I remember like sometimes you could knock down a train and get like half a level because, you know,
Steal everybody's skill. Yeah.
yeah, your group was organized and training stuff down and other groups were just killing random shit and you're like, oh, cool, we got the tap on, 30 mobs and 30 people knocked them all down, but we got all the experience in there.
Yeah.
Fucking
And we could steal, right? If you got more DPS, couldn't you steal the target? Like
yeah,
for
whoever had
target
majority
lock?
damage. Well, not even
Yeah.
majority. It's like if there was like 3 groups on it and one team had 34% and the other
Yeah,
teams had 33%, the team with 34% got 100% credit. They got all the
Oh
experience.
yeah, on world
Oh
on
wow,
world
there's no
mobs.
split.
No split, and it wasn't even first tap. So like that was the thing. It's like, and there was also zones because it was an old game. So
Yeah.
imagine that like when you zone from Badlands into Blasted Lands or whatever, right? Or whatever. You connect from Barrens into Durotar, you'd actually cross a zone barrier and your character would load. So and also mobs had no leash. So if you aggroed something, it would chase you literally
The whole
across the
zone.
entire zone. Yep. It didn't matter. Every zone was treated like an instance, except for there was only one world there was no instancing. But I mean for the sake of aggro. So if somebody got too much shit on them, they'd have to run to the zone line. But the zone lines weren't like a huge river that you could cross. The zone line was like literally only on that bridge was the place that you could cross from Durotar into
Or a cavern door or something. Yeah.
yeah, there will usually be a cave or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, people, you'd sit at the zone line and wait for people to train all this shit to you, and then you would just kill their trains and get a fuck ton of experience, especially when people were competing. It was such a different time. Fucking Mistmore, that was the train. You talk about trains, goddamn. You couldn't even sit at the front of Mistmore because it was like a train like every 3 goddamn minutes because people couldn't pull they couldn't break the front
Oh,
window.
what about the zone with the frost giants? Where was it a druid?
Permafrost.
Yeah, would kite the whole zone.
Yeah, I did that with my Necro. Reverse kiting. That was a really
really?
great money. Yeah, because you could get like 70 platinum a kill from the Frost Giant. So I made
Yeah, that's right.
dang there. Yeah, suffice to say, EverQuest was goddamn that has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, forever. That's why I was excited about 3 or a version. I forget what they called it. So what did they call it? What was the name of it? You may looked at it.
It's something of Pantheon. Is what it is. It has the word Pantheon in it.
Pantheon.
But it has all like the characters, all the
Yeah. Well, it's the same developer. It was in spirit, basically EverQuest 3, but it was a.
Yeah. It was gonna be a rough pill for me to swallow though, because I had to play a druid. I had to play one of those gas looking elves, and I just don't like that.
Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Is that?
Yeah,
is
that it? I don't know. I mean, you just look at
I'm looking. Hold on, I'm googling it right now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So there is a newsletter for 2022. Okay, look. Yeah, so if you haven't seen that live, check out Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. That is the developer's vision that started EQ1.
5, 4.
Interesting. I played Ultima Online like a fuck ton of fun.
Yeah, Ultimate. Yeah.
That was my jam.
Hey, I played Ultima 1 on a Commodore 64. I forget how many floppies I had to load to play Ultima 1.
Yeah, like 13 or some shit.
Yeah. DOS first was one of the
Floppies, my God.
Had to load DOS first, and then the floppies. And then every time you changed a dungeon, it said load another 10 floppies or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the original EverQuest was like 4 CDs. I mean, that was a monster.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was CDs. It was like, what?
Yeah.
This thing takes multiple CDs.
Yeah. When a CD was what, only 128 meg or something.
Wasn't BC 6 CDs?
BC was like 2. The original WoW was 4.
God, dude, I remember getting that shit. I wish I kept those boxes. As soon as I got them home, I just shredded the thing.
I still have my boxes.
I just do. I have both my collector's edition still.
I was the boy who had to open his box before he got home. So in the car, they had all the shreds, the containers everywhere.
Watch your feet.
I also have a original Warcraft, like the original Warcraft game manual.
Yeah.
You remember what the vanilla box had, like the raid guide in it?
Yeah.
And it would say like how to kill like some of the bosses.
I don't remember that. I remember the dwarf hunter on it, on the inside like page.
So Soul Pantheon is still pushing forward. That's good news. I don't know when the release date is though.
Yeah, that's very
So live, that is basically you're going to be your. It has all the same characters we had in EQ1.
Nice. Necromancer was that was legit. Necromancer and Bard. I'll never play anything else from that.
Well, what were they called? They were called Enchanters or Illusionist? What was the one?
Enchanter was the base class, but once they introduced Kunark and you got above 50, then they started adding in the specialty names. Like it was Bard, and then you were like Troubadour, and then you were like Virtuoso. But you were still a Bard, and it didn't change your class or anything. It was neat to call you that because of like an honorific.
Illusionist was one of them, though, right? What was the one where you created fake images?
I think you're thinking of EverQuest 2. EQ1 was just
was that EQ? Oh, okay. Was just Crack, the crack dealer.
Yeah, well, and he had Mesmerize, and he had basically the equivalent of Soothe. So he had he was the only, him and the Bard with the crowd control, and Necro could do it too a little bit, but they had crowd control and they had mana regen buffs, and then they had the ability to soothe.
Oh, wait, a Bard could fly in the sky, right? Celio or something, or how would he run across the sky?
He had levitation, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And fast, he was fast.
Well, you had to have levitate because the ground was like fucking 7 polygons for an entire zone, so the mountains were like sharp. And if you got running too fast, you'd launch in the air. I can't tell you how many times I damn near killed myself in South Row because you're running so goddamn fast and you launch over a dune and it's like, I'm going to fall 10 stories now. So they gave it levitate in the final
But you
version.
could drag me along, I believe, as a Bard, right? If I was in your group, I could get the haste.
You were dead? Oh, yeah, everything was AoE. It was like a...
Yeah.
Whole point of Bards. In fact, that was cool about Plane of Power. They added a special alternate advancement that lets you... your spells would hit people who were not even in your party, so you could actually buff a whole raid. It's pretty sick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, remember buffing would take like half an hour?
Oh, yeah, you'd log off. So you could save your goddamn buffs because it was like, okay, Shaman has 7 buffs to put on you.
Was it 60 people? Was it 60 people was the raid size? I forget.
No cap.
Oh, it's no cap. Yeah, I think we always did the guild I was in was like always 60. Yeah. That was a challenge for a raid leader back then. Holy shit, right? Controlling 60 people.
Well, I think that was the thing.
Oh, God bless them.
Well, there wasn't voice comms back then. That was even worse.
That's true.
People plan on fucking dial-up and shit. So the reason you had 60 people is because you had to brute force all the content. And you got to remember, EverQuest didn't have mechanics. There'd be a big mechanic that's like every 4th hit's really big, and that was the mechanic. That was fucking it. It wasn't like, oh, he launches a fireball and you have to dodge it. EverQuest, when you go back and play EverQuest now, it seems like it's like, oh my god, this is so goddamn easy. It's like stand behind the boss so that you don't get reposted, and it's so fucking easy.
Bit of my memory, it's still so epic though,
Well, it is just because the environments were epic, you know? Like, you land in fear, and as soon as you get there, the god screams at you and starts calling people out to die, and he sends the Dracolich at you and starts raining blood.
Oh, yeah. That's
It
great.
was fucking sick, you know?
Yeah.
They just don't have that same thing. Yeah, fear is by hands down my favorite zone in the entire game. I fucking love that zone.
So here's the classes that Pantheon has. So they have the Bard, your favorite, the Cleric. This is new though. It's called a Dire Lord. I don't remember a Dire Lord.
Probably a Beast Lord or something.
Oh, probably. Druid, Enchanter, Monk, Necromancer, Paladin, Ranger,
Oh, I'm
Rogue,
playing.
Shaman, Summoner, Warrior, and the Wizard.
Yeah,
There's a
Summoner's
Paladin?
just Magician.
Yeah,
Paladins.
Paladin. Yeah.
I'm playing.
Paladins are pretty sick too. Yeah, so Summoner's just the
That's nice.
Magician, and I'm sure that the Dire Lord is just the Beast Lord.
And then the races, let's see. I think they have pretty much the
no
same.
Shadow Knight. Seriously, what the fuck? You're right, Tarks. Unless Dire Lord is a Shadow Knight. It's either Beast Lord or it's Shadow Lord. Or Beast Lord or Shadow Knight.
There's racial abilities again, Lai.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There wasn't really a whole lot of
Froglocks.
racial abilities.
There's Froglocks. Remember the Froglocks?
Froglocks were my favorite because they did backflips when they cast spells.
Yeah, they got
Fucking love that shit.
Froglocks back.
My god, dude. Every time I hit you, you're back to full. Look at this.
Yeah, that was so wild. But there was some such sick things, like ogres can't be stunned from the front. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
Like, that was
here
so
are the
wild.
races. The Archai, Archai, the Dark Mirror, MYR, Dwarves, Elves, Gnomes, Halflings, Humans, Orcs, and Scar. Oh, the Scar! Totally forgot about the Lizard race.
That
Remember
was, yeah, but they weren't called the Scar. I mean,
Yeah, I thought they were in Kunark. Weren't they in Kunark?
They were in Kunark, but that's not what they were called.
Oh.
That was boring, Soul.
Oh, set this. I had you on the edge, and you want to put on me. That's cool.
Dude, every time I hit you, you're back to full immediately.
Iskar is what they were called.
Oh, they were goblins. I'm sorry.
Ixar.
Ixar?
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the lizard people.
Ixar.
Like lizard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the lizard
Ixar,
dudes.
you're right. Yeah.
Ixar were legit, but they were kind of tough because it was like, oh, everyone hates you. But you have great regen, and you swim really fast. Yeah, trolls were gnarly EXP penalty. I think Ixar were even worse because they also had the regen.
They had nasty casters as well, remember?
Yeah, Necro. They're the best Necro because they got the your passive regen bonus even when you were in Lich form. So you, like, all the way up to Archlich form, you could actually overcome with your natural regen, which made them so sick because it was like infinite mana. Ixar were amazing, but I was a Dark Elf Necro and a Half Elf Bard.
I wonder what the setting. I haven't seen the time frame. I'm going to be kind of curious how they're going to do that.
Oh, like when it takes place in the world.
Yeah, where it takes place in the world.
Yeah, because EverQuest 2 was like way late. Like the whole world had been destroyed and a whole bunch of weird shit had gone.